People who have the guts to ask their crush out. What happened afterwards? We went out on a date and I learned she was not the one for me after all. But it was a good lesson, and had I not asked her out I'd just agonized over what might have been. Ditto. Asked this guy out, he seemed sweet and smart and was cute. First time I ever asked someone out. He said yes. First date was picking up a video after he got off work and watching it at his place. Sounds good. He's really anal about the timing though, which is weird. Yep, he was on house arrest. Probation after being in the federal pen. Not a violent crime, thank God. But taught me that it would be smart to get to know someone a tad better before agreeing to be alone with them in their home. I go to a cafe and the barista is a great cutie pie. I just broke up out of a soul-sucking relationship 3 months ago that had lasted 7 years and 5 years longer than it should have. We talked often after work for me, and shared similar tastes in music, if not an appreciation for all music, appreciation for film, and discussed much of it, even suggested some movies to each other to watch, and shot sarcastic comments back and forth. I mustered the courage to ask her to go pumpkin carving last weekend and she said she would love to. She asked the next day if I'd like to out because she had a surprise day of work off. We had a 4-hour conversation at a cafe downtown and then went on a 2-hour walk. Came back to the car holding hands. In all of my life I've never really done that. She said she wanted to not get into a relationship like that quickly, and I agreed. Drove her home and gave each other a hug goodbye. She asked if Kay wanted to come over that next Friday evening and cook dinner and watch some scary movies. We did, and it was great. Watching people get chainsawed in half had the desired effect, I believe, because I ended up crawling into her arms and squeezing her palms. Watched the next movie and just ended up essentially hugging the entire time and scratching each other's head. Time to go, and I go to give her a kiss on the cheek goodnight, but she goes for the lips instead. We laugh. 2 nights later and we spend Sunday all together and go thrift store shopping. Too much rain for the planned pumpkin carving. 6 hours later, I walk her to her car and we look into each other's eyes. I go in for the real deal kiss and she does too. That was yesterday. I feel a happiness inside I haven't felt inside in years. We are extremely blunt and to the point with each other. Much of the dialogue between us in the above story is this way. I like her because she makes me want to take care of myself and to be myself. I feel like exercising and studying, reading again for the first time in years all of the sudden. It has only been little more than a week, and I am hesitant to out labels to this right now. In fact, I don't know why I'm even sharing this. I can tell she is very special to me, and that's all that matters, I suppose. You never know who you will discover behind a face until you talk to them. This has most definitely affected me for the better, even if it does not end in the ideal manner. My only hope is that my old habits do not resurface and hurt this. Thanks for reading. I have a tip for everyone who finds it difficult to ask out people they're interested in. Ask them out before you get too attached. Then if they say no, it's not devastating. If they say yes, you get this time to get to know them, and you can break it off if you decide you're actually not interested. If you have to see them often and you're worried they might treat you differently, just say, I just wanted to explore my options with you, if they turn you down. Don't let them think you were in love with them or something like that. Good luck. I actually asked her to a dance and she said no. Half a year later I asked another crush to a dance and she said no. Then half a year after that I asked a different crush to the dance, and guess what? Holy fuck, she said yes. I was fucking confused. I wasn't used to that answer. I sat next to her in the university cafeteria. It was really awkward. Then one of her friends came by and made it more so. Turns out we were both really shy, but had a mutual interest in geekery like sci-fi. We've been married 15 years now. This gives me hope after I've sat alone in my university cafeteria every day since I've started college. Sad face. It took my 2 months to work up the courage to talk to her, and another 3 weeks to catch her alone. We were so awkward and bad at communication that we broke up after college because we both thought that would be best for the other. Luckily, she got back in touch, then decided to visit, then didn't let me go again. Good luck. My sophomore, her junior year of college. We got introduced through mutual friends and hit it off. We started hanging out at parties we both went to, in the coffee shop at my school, doing homework, all that. We didn't really seek each other out, just kept running into each other because of our mutual friend groups. This went on for a month. We'd hang out and chat and flirt jokingly. I didn't think I had a chance with her being a pretty, popular girl a year older than me, so I figured she was just being nice, returning my jokes and all. It turns out, she didn't think she had a chance with me and also thought I was just being nice, friendly with my jokes. Her and her friends would always joke, "When will I be with you, thermal climber, he's the light of my life," and so I didn't think of it as any less of a fun joke when she did it. One night we both went out to a bar party with a group of friends and ended up going home with different people. We were chatting about it the next day and I was like, fuck, this hurts a little, is this feelings? A couple days later she mentioned that the guy wanted to grab lunch with her, and she wasn't sure she was into him the same way. I was walking her home and thought that if I didn't say something I'd regret it, so I gambled that maybe all that joking, flirting from her was real, told her I had feelings for her, and then spent the longest 5 seconds of my life waiting to hear, "I'm glad you said something, because I like you too." It's been 2.5 years and we're still going strong. She just said, "Yes. I thought you'd never ask," and then smiled and hugged me. We went to the movies. She said yes and we went out to dinner and saw a movie together. Dropping her off, we kissed on her parents' front porch for what seemed like forever. Her dad thought so too because he started flicking the porch lights on and off. Good times. She said she wants to go out on a date. One led to 2, 3, etc. Sunday I'm gonna try and kiss her after our concert. Eat plenty of beans before the date and bring beans for her to eat too. Bitches love beans. Edit, I am so grateful to have been rewarded for my wise words of advice. I cannot thank you enough. He said he wasn't looking for a girlfriend but he was interested if it was sex only. I politely declined. Well, at least he was honest about it. It's becoming more and more acceptable. When I first started dating, saying that to a girl would ruin whatever momentum you had. Now it's pretty normal. Maybe I've just matured, but it seems like telling a girl you are only down to clown has become more and more normal. She punched me in the arm and said, "Fuck yeah." Then we went on the most awkward nerd date because we just wanted to like each other. It was a good nerd date. We are still dating to this day. He was the head chef where I worked and I was new in town. We always sat in the same booth during our breaks and got to know each other over the course of a month and found out we had a lot in common. One night before I left I wrote my number down to give it to him and to ask him out. We asked each other, "Do you wanna hang out?" at the same time and then blushed. Our first date was at a rooftop bar celebrating a coworker's birthday. He asked me if he could kiss me. That's when I knew he was the one. Now, years later, we have a beautiful baby boy that we love more than each other. He still has my phone number in his wallet. She's sitting next to me in our apartment playing Minecraft. Never thought she'd actually be interested in me. I guess I was selling myself short. Do it op. Could be the best thing you ever do. Minecraft will always, and I mean always, get you the woman you want. Edit, Minecraft is the sexiest thing a man has and owns. I'm going to choose to believe this. We met on Tinder and after about a month or so of seriously talking and hanging out we were laying in bed about to fall asleep and I asked him to be my boyfriend. The next morning we talked about it and he said he thought it was in a dream that I asked, but still stood by his answer 100%. That was 8 months ago and we are still happily dating. Damn, my GF and I have been together for almost 9 months now and we also met on Tinder. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so on our third date, we were watching A New Hope and I paused the movie to ask if she wanted to be my girlfriend. She said yes, and then I had no idea what to do so I just resumed the movie. I was an idiot and told him that I wanted to include him in my harem, and he got confused but then realized I just confessed my feelings for him. Cue the "oh shit I liked you too so pretty" and me freaking out because I didn't think I'd get this far. He then stopped me and said we weren't gonna date yet BC he had issues he wanted to sort it. 3 months later, a lot of romantic tension, and we began dating. Now, we're a month away from our first anniversary. Props to your guy for saying he needed to work out his personal issues first. Good man there. I dated her for 8 years, then married her. 2 years strong marriage last week. If you ask your crush out, the worst that happens is you're embarrassed for a couple days. The reward, however, has the potential to be life-changing. She said no, but not a hard no. I am not interested, just I already have other plans, or something similar. The same thing the next time I asked her. Repeat for 18 times. The 19th time she went out with me. By the 4th date or so we were talking in terms of when we get married we'll That was 46 years ago, married for 43 years now, more in love than ever. This is one person who went against all odds and came out the other side, 19 tries. Wow, you have my respect, sir. He refused me, politely telling me he's actually male. I thought he was a girl. BRUH. He came out to me. I was very surprised, and he seemed very scared to tell anyone. I was the first person he had ever come out to, and he was terrified. I helped him through the process of eventually coming out to his extremely religious parents, who accepted it very well. He's now in an amazing relationship and one of my closest friends. I didn't actually ask him out. But at a party I let him know how I felt, and that I'd wanted to ask him out for a long time. We'd become good friends and I wasn't too worried. He was taken aback and delighted. "Ah, my dude," he said, blushing, "I'm straight, but that almost makes me wish I wasn't." "Really? You think I'm that cute?" He gave me a hug and I felt his back muscles rippling through his t-shirt. "I'm totally using this as an excuse to feel your back muscles," I told him. He hugged me tighter. He's one of my closest bros, and one of the few people I can be utterly, grotesquely open with. 22 years later we live 1,500 miles apart, but we still text often. You've got this op. Always remember, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. While it's easy to overthink such matters, try to focus on the here and now, rather than the negative, invasive thoughts. We craft our own realities, op. You're capable of anything.